come into a seated position and we're going to tune in. So we're going to rub our palms together and we're warming up the chakras in our hands, and we're going to place our thumbs into the center of our chest, and we're going to tune in, and we're going to close our eyes, and we're going to inhale. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Look up and in at the third eye, the point between the brows. Had Gude Name Chu God Gude Name Sat Gude Name Siddhi Gurudev Name Had Gude Name Chu God Gude Name Sat Gude Name Siddhi Gurudev Name Ad Gude Name Chu God Gude Name Sat Gude Name Siddhi Gurudev Name. Look up and in at the third eye, the point between the brow, and exhale. Okay, so we're going to do our addiction meditation. So our thumbs are gently pressing on the temples, the fingers are really high up on the pads of the palms, and the elbows are kind of in a little bit. They're not exactly out like this. In a little bit, you just want to make sure that your thumbs are really pressed all the way on the temples, the pads of the thumbs, and then we're gently saying sa, ta, na, ma, and we're saying the mantra, and we're closing our eyes, and give me 1 second. So we're gently clenching the back molars as we say sa, ta, na, ma, eyes closed down. So we're going to come into cat-cow. So come into all fours, and so we're gonna come onto all fours, and we're gonna inhale, look up, exhale, chin to chest. We're gonna do 3 minutes of cat-cow. Inhale, look up, exhale, chin to chest. So keep going, go as fast as you'd like. Faster is better, but if you can't go fast, that's fine. So we are going to talk about prosperity. So we're going to be working on prosperity today because prosperity is a really important teaching in Kundalini Yoga. So as you guys are doing cat-cow, I'm going to read to you what Guru Jagat has to say about prosperity. So in this age of Aquarius, part of the game is that we're not so focused on our own habitual nonsense and worry and fear the future and scarcity consciousness, that we actually can develop a relationship with the flow of life, the flow of energy that is trying to move through us at all moments and at all times. This flow of energy is trying to animate us in the most amplified ways. And because of certain aspects of our childhood trauma or our samskaras or our karmas or our incarnational misunderstandings and the epigenetics of these things, we have certain areas in our life where we contract, we shut down, or we sabotage, or we run from our success. So the prosperity teachings really are all about all the different areas in our experience, in our perceptive reality that can be in a bigger flow, and that can obviously show up as cash money, or it can show up as getting more high caliber dates, or it could show up in some sort of harmony that's happening in your family, or something that we felt like we couldn't resolve, and then all of a sudden there's resolution, or there's forgiveness or compassion. So prosperity can really show up in many different ways, and it's such a big spectrum. So prosperity is encompassed by this fundamental thing, which is how much of our system can we open and allow the flow of life and love and miracles to flow through us in an unadulterated way. And that's really the point of so many of our meditations and so many of the pranayamas and the mantra science. It's to open the system enough to allow the flow of energy through us in a way that will bring us more of a fulfillment and more of an alignment with our destiny and our missions here on Earth. So that's why we do these prosperity mantras that we're going to do today. And that's why prosperity is one of the fundamental teachings in Kundalini Yoga. And it's so amazing because we are going to bring in prosperity, which could be cash money, or it could be a better relationship, or it could be anything that's meaningful to you in your life that makes you more prosperous. So who doesn't want more of that? Okay, so let's inhale one more time. Inhale, look up. Exhale, chin to chest. And then let's push back into child's pose. Our hands are together. Our head comes down to the mat. Just take some deep breaths here. Okay, let's come up into a seated position. So we're going to chant our prosperity mantra, Lakshman, 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 Lakshman Ong, O-N-G. And so this mantra, we are going to do 1 minute a day for 40 days. And we're going to do an experiment. So we're going to be chanting this prosperity mantra, and we're all yogic scientists. So we're going to chant it 40 days, at least a minute a day. You can do it for longer, but about a minute and a couple seconds is about 11 recitations of this mantra. And so we're all going to do it together, 40 days. All you have to do is chant it for a minute. You do it while you're brushing your teeth. Well, I guess you can't do it while you're brushing your teeth. You can do it while you're getting ready in the morning, while you're taking a shower. Okay, and then we're going to do this experiment. We're going to apply it to our lives, and we're going to see if we become more prosperous. So Lakshman, 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 Lakshman Ong. We're going to do it for a minute right now. You can close your eyes, you can leave your eyes open, just chant along. Lakshman, 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 Ong, Ong, Lakshman, 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 Ong, Ong, Lakshman. Okay, that was about 11 recitations. So songs like about 5 minutes. So you could do 1 minute, you could do 3 minutes, you could do 5 minutes, but you're gonna do this every day. We're gonna do it together 40 days. So at least 1 minute, and it's White Sun, and it's Lakshman. So you can find it where you find music. Okay, so let's do Fists of Anger. So we're gonna do thumbs under the pinky mounds, and then the fingers come over, and we're doing O mouth breath. So we just want even inhale and even exhale, eyes closed down. Start to think about what makes you angry. Use that to fuel the movement. Make sure you keep the breathing rhythmic. You want an even inhale, even exhale. Interlace the fingers, inhale, hold the breath, project white light all around you. Exhale, inhale, hold the breath, really stretch the elbows, project the white light above you, around you. Exhale, inhale, hold the breath, project, 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 stretch, exhale. Shoulders, the neck, and the jaw. So we're working on prosperity, but what these mantras and these kriyas do, these meditations, they're clearing out the arc line. And so we're clearing out the negativity, our subconscious thought forms that are holding us back, our samskaras, these bad habits, all these things. We're clearing these out of the system. So again, we can make room for that more flow of prosperity in our lives. So that's how it's working. Okay, let's do Sarabandandis. So we're going to come into downward dog or triangle pose. So coming into triangle pose and let's see. Come to triangle. So we're here. And then we're coming down in a chaturanga. You can come down onto your knees. Or then we're coming up. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. And then exhale, push back. Okay. Inhale, down, exhale, inhale, up, exhale, back. Then you can stay here, take that stretch in triangle pose. And make sure your feet are hip width apart so we're not rushing this. Inhale up, exhale back. Do your first stretch. Inhale, exhale. Elbows stay by your sides. Inhale up, and then feet are staying tucked under. Our feet are not down like this. Our feet stay tucked under the whole time. Exhale back. So keep going on your own. Make sure you take a stretch at the top. So inhale, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale back. Really deepen the breath. Use your breath to fuel the movement. We came here for the breath. That's the life force energy. So you really want to take as many deep breaths as you can. let's do one more together. So come back into triangle pose. Inhale. Come down, exhale. Elbows by the sides, inhale up. Exhale, push back. And then stay here in triangle pose. Pedal your feet left and right if that feels good. You can experiment with bringing your knees and just coming, walk your hands out, walk your hands in, experiment with that, see how that feels. You want to feel the stretch. We're actually lengthening the spine here. We're stretching the back of the legs. We're also lengthening the spine. So walk your feet in a little bit, see if that feels better. Walk your feet out. And then let's come down to all fours, push back into child's pose. Take some deep breaths here. And then let's come on to all fours. And then we're going to come into threading the needle. So bring the right arm through. Take some deep breaths here. Breathe into that right shoulder. And then let's switch sides, come back onto all fours, bring the left arm through. Okay, let's come back into a seated position. Okay, so we're going to do Gyan Chakra Kriya. So we're going to clear our arc line. And when we clear our arc line, that improves our radiant body. And so you have that arc line that goes over your head, and this is where all of your subconscious thought forms get dumped into. So in a blink of an eye, you have 1,000 thought forms, and you choose one, and all 999 of them get dumped in your subconscious. So we're clearing out that arc line, and it's clearing out the radiant body. And so we're going to do fingers are in front of us, and our thumb and index finger are touching, and our arms are out in front of us. We're going up and over our head, and then we're coming back in the front, and the same thing on the other side. And then when we do that, we're creating the Vesica Pisces. And so when we create these shapes with our body, we're also creating them in our environment. And so we're creating sacred geometry with our arms, which is amazing and wonderful. And so Then we're also chanting Satnam Waheguru up and over our head. So let's go ahead and start. Waheguru, Waheguru, Satnam, Satnam, 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 faster. Waheguru, Satnam, Satnam, Waheguru, 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 Waheguru. Inhale, palms face forward, hold the breath, stretch, pull the Mula Bandha, rectum steps over the navel, look up towards the third eye, exhale, inhale, stretch, stretch the arms, hold the Mula Bandha, look up towards the third eye, the point between the brows, exhale, inhale, stretch, left, right, left, right. And exhale. So when we chant when we're chanting this mantra, we're not chanting to like a specific person, like a specific guru. We're actually chanting to this. The guru is the teachings. So the teachings have actually taken on like its own entity. So it's not an actual person. So when we say that, we're actually chanting, activating the teachings, not a specific person, just so you guys know. And that is from the Sikh tradition. And so, yeah, we're not chanting to anyone specific. We're chanting to the teachings. It's become its own entity over time. And so that's what we're activating. And we're clearing that arc line. So we're clearing out all that subconscious crap and we're clearing it out. So that way we can bring in the prosperity and we can activate our radiant body. Okay, let's do some breath of fire now. Let's come into stretch pose. Everybody's favorite. We'll do it for 1 minute. So excited. Okay, so stretch pose. Arms are up. Our shoulders are up off the mat. Our toes are up off the mat, 6 inches. And we're doing breath of fire. Actually, let's sit up real fast. So we're doing even inhale and exhale through the nose. So it doesn't matter if you're doing the posture, you want to do the breathing and you want to do the breathing correctly. So you want to make sure it's even inhale, even exhale, and it's rhythmic. You want to keep it rhythmic. Okay, let's go ahead and start. 1 minute. You can always put one leg down if you need to, switch legs. And relax. I tricked you. That was 2 minutes because I couldn't see the clock. And just breathe, relax. Just let the energies circulate through you. Some deep breaths here. Okay, let's bring our knees into our chest and let's rock and roll up into a seated position. All right, so we're going to do Kriya, and this is balancing the third chakra, and it has a lot of amazing effects, and it's balancing the third chakra. And so I just need to figure out, we're doing the Venus lock and interlock the fingers. So the index fingers are like this, and females cross the left thumb over the right, males cross the right thumb over the left. And we are sitting like this, how I'm sitting, and we're pointing our fingers like this, and we're chanting Sat Nam, Sat Nam. And on the Sat, we pull the navel in towards the sun and in towards the spine, and the Nam, we let it go. Okay, let's go ahead and start. So left over the right for women, thumb right over the left for men. Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam. So navel comes in, Sat Nam, and it comes out on the Nam. Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam. Eyes are closed. We're looking up and in towards the brow at the third eye. Sat Nam, 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 Sat Nam. Inhale. Hold the breath, pull the Mula Bandha, look up and towards the third eye, spiral the energy up your spine. And exhale. Okay, let's come onto our backs. Bring our knees into our chest. Rock left and right. And then let's come into Shavasana. We always rest after we do Kriya, so you're going to get some extra rest this time, lucky you. But we are chanting Lakshman. Lakshman, 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 Om, Om, Lakshman, 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 Om, Lakshman. Lakshman, 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 Om, Om, Lakshman, 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 Om, Om, Lakshman, 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 Om, Om, Lakshman, 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 Om, Om, Lakshman, 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 Om, Lakshman. Okay, you can continue to chant. Let's bring our feet. Let's come in a bridge pose. Some feet on the mat, and we're going to bring our palms to the mat, and then inhale, lift up, lifting up the hips. Take some deep breaths here. Lakshman, 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 Om, Lakshman, 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 Om, Lakshman, 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 Om, Lakshman. And slowly come down one vertebra at a time. And then let's bring our knees into our chest to stretch our back. And rock left and right. Give your organs a really good massage. And then the right ankle, rotate 3 times to the right. And 3 times to the left. And the left ankle 3 times to the right. 3 times to the left. Then let's bring our feet to the mat, and then let's come into a twist. Arms come to a T, and we'll bring our knees to the right. Our head comes over to the left. And continue to chant Lakshman, 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 Om, Lakshman, 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 Om, Lakshman,
Lakshman, Lakshman, Lakshman, Lakshman, Ong, Ong, Lakshman, 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 Ong, Ong, Lakshman, 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 Ong, Ong, Lakshman, 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 Ong, Ong, Lakshman, 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 Ong, Ong, Lakshman, 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 Ong, Ong, Lakshman, 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 Ong, Ong, Lakshman, 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 Ong, Ong, Lakshman, 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 Ong, Ong, Lakshman, 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 Ong, Ong, Lakshman, 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 Ong, Ong, Lakshman, 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 Ong, Ong, Lakshman, 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 Ong, Ong, Lakshman, 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 Ong, Ong, Lakshman, 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 Ong, Ong, Lakshman, 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 Ong, Ong, Lakshman.
Bring your knees up to the top and switch sides. So bring your knees over to the left, your head comes over to the right.
Lakshman, 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 Ong, Ong, Lakshman, 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 Lakshman,
And then bring your knees up to the center. And then bring your knees in one more time. Left and right, rock left and right. And then let's come into Shavasana. Let your feet fall to each side. Palms face up. Let your breath fall back into its natural rhythm. Just letting that mantra soak into our system. Getting into our system, clearing out what we don't need. Making room for the flow of life to flow through us. Energy to animate us in the most abundant way. Just let that mantra soak into your system. Start to use our awareness. Use this sound to bring us back to the current moment. So just take a moment and focus on the sounds in your room. You can hear the humming of the heater or the air conditioner. Maybe you can hear the hum of the computer. Just come back to this present moment. Come back to your body. Just becoming aware of being here in this room right now. You notice that your mind has started to wander, started to think about what you're going to do after this or what you are doing today, just without any judgment, just become aware of those thoughts. Even label them as thinking. And then use the sound to come back to the room. Use the sound of the computer, or maybe something's going on in the kitchen in your house. Just use those sounds to anchor you back into this present moment. Come back into your body, come back into the room. Find yourself back on your thoughts and found yourself in a story. Just come back to this present moment. You want to gently come back without any judgment or frustration that you're thinking it's gonna happen, that you want to gently come back to the moment. You can even mark those thoughts, as literally label them, just say thinking inside your head, and then just come back to the room, come back to the mat. See if you can use the sound to anchor yourself back into what's happening right here, right now. You can't use the sounds that are around you, just focus on the sound of your breath. Find yourself back in a trail of thoughts. Just take a moment to label that as thinking. And then gently come back to your body, back to the room. Listen to the sounds that are happening right now. Can't pick out a specific sound. Start to focus on the sound of your breath. Come back to right here, right now. Gently start to wiggle fingers and toes. Some life back into your limbs. Then bring your arm up over your head and roll over onto your side. And then roll up into a seated position. Eyes closed, hands to your heart. Your way on. Guide your way on. We'll end with Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Sat Nam.